The worst thing you can do when playing a game is look at what people are saying about it on social media. Now, looking at reviews on YouTube and stuff like IGN is fine. You know, sometimes they release a pretty shitty review that makes you go, what are you guys doing? And occasionally they have some weird takes on stuff, but you know, they're pretty harmless reviews. What I'm talking about is like people talking about games on Twitter or Reddit or fucking Tumblr if you use Tumblr. I don't know if anyone uses Tumblr, but still, whenever a new game comes out, my Twitter For You page is just flooded with the most awful shit possible of people just spouting random shit about games. And sometimes looking at these things can actually change my opinion on certain games, which really pisses me off, especially when I had enjoyed the game beforehand, but I feel this like subconscious peer pressure that I shouldn't actually be enjoying that certain game. And it's just really upsetting. Because some of these people online just hate games for the sake of hating them. Sometimes they haven't even played the games they're shitting on. There's no proof they've played the games they're shitting on. They might have just watched a video essay and gone with that and followed the opinion of some random ass YouTuber. That reminds me actually, none of my opinions on games matter. This also applies to me. If you follow me on Twitter and you see one of my tweets talking about like how I don't like a certain game, that does not matter. If you like that game, props to you. The best way to view it is I'm a miserable dickhead and you're having more fun in life because you're enjoying this thing that I can't. That is the best way to view it. That's a whole other topic that I want to have about how people's opinions on games don't matter. But in terms of social media, good God, yeah, some of these people, especially when it comes to political stuff. Now, I hate to talk about politics when it comes to games, but there are a lot of grifters out there that like to use the term woke to describe games, and they're just engagement farming. Like, you make money from Twitter Blue, keep in mind. So when a lot of people are making these tweets that are just obviously like rage bait, they probably don't even believe in the opinion they're saying. Like, for example, I played a game recently called South of Midnight, and before that game even came out, there were people on social media saying it was dog shit, it was terrible, and it was woke trash. And I got a review copy for the game, and I kind of just held off playing it subconsciously for some reason, because I kind of believed that maybe the game itself wasn't actually that great. And not because I believed that the fact you're playing as a woman who is a person of color was a bad thing, but because deep down I was like, maybe the gameplay isn't very fun, maybe it is just like not a very good game. And then one day I just thought, fuck it, I'll play it, and it was a great experience. It was a solid 7 to 8 out of 10, and I'm glad I actually pushed myself through it. And it made me realize I really need to stop looking at social media when it comes to people's opinions on games, because it just doesn't matter. None of it matters. So many of these people online are just trying to rage bait constantly, trying to farm engagement, trying to make a bit of money from Elon Musk. Silent Hill F is another example of one of those games that just... I can't tell if people actually enjoy Silent Hill F. Like, I see so much conflicting stuff on social media, and it makes me wonder, like, it made me genuinely question if I even enjoyed it, even though I made a video on my main channel talking about why I enjoyed Silent Hill F. But that just goes to show, like, looking at social media constantly can really, like, poison your brain into changing and skewing your opinions on things that you enjoy just because of some random shit that people say. And the same can go for YouTube. The amount of people who base their opinion or do a full 180 on something they enjoyed because Mr. Big YouTuber that they like said it wasn't actually good really is insane to me. This applies to me, by the way. My mindset is I'm just talking into the void. I just like being creative, I like editing videos, and I like talking about my opinion on games. I don't ever want to change someone's opinion on a game or a franchise that they love. Even if I'm being harsh about it, it's just me just talking about my opinion. I'm not expecting anyone to change their opinion on that certain thing. Like, for example, God of War. I don't like the new God of Wars, but if people do like the new God of Wars, then I don't want them to change their opinion on that. Same goes for Cyberpunk. I didn't enjoy Cyberpunk, but at no point was I like, you shouldn't enjoy Cyberpunk. Obviously, this is just me just off the cuff, just speaking my mind about things. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know, you just really shouldn't listen to or look at social media when it comes to game opinions, or just media as a whole. People's opinions on this stuff just don't matter. If you enjoy something, who gives a shit? Respectfully, who gives a shit? You're enjoying something, you're having fun, you're happy. And if someone online is talking about how the game is a fucking, I don't even know, people spout insane shit nowadays about games. They could say anything about it to just hate it, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Nothing people say on social media about these things matter, because in the end of the day, if you enjoy that thing, then that's a good thing. You're the one having fun, they're the ones living life absolutely miserable, just talking about whatever the hell it is on their social media, farming for likes and stuff. A good example of this topic of a game, and this, I know you're expecting it, but I'm going to talk about The Evil Within here. People did not like The Evil Within. There are so many videos out there of people talking about how The Evil Within was a disappointing piece of shit, how it's not a good game at all. And I remember I beat The Evil Within 1, and I watched some of these videos, and even I started to think like, oh, maybe the game isn't actually that good. Maybe I just don't know much about horror games. Maybe I just have bad tastes. And then I played it again, and I was like, no, this game is fun. I do enjoy this game. And it made me disregard all that content as a whole. Yeah, The Evil Within has flaws, and yeah, people have all the right to point out those flaws in tweets or videos, but it doesn't matter. No one's opinions on this shit matters. Social media is just so negative nowadays, and it's just built to make people hate everything. And I just wanted to make this video to hopefully sway some of you away from taking people's opinions on stuff on social media to heart and just enjoying the things you enjoy, because that's what really matters in the end of the day. Yeah, that's it. And I want to give a big thanks to my Patreon supporters now, those being Ryan IDC, Pitstab, Bouncer Storm Productions, and Daniel Levchenko. Oh, and also a huge thank you to Profit and Nintendo Pro, who became Patreon members whilst I was making this video. Thank you so much, fellas. And a huge thank you to my channel members, L Hayes, or Some Balding Guy Rambling Into the Void, Griefgar, and Resistance Lion. So a lot more of you became channel members. Huge thank you to, and a lot more of you became channel members whilst I was making this video. Huge thank you to Rust on Wood, Wolfborn TV, Floaty38, I think it's Floaty38. I think it's SCZ Monstel Mac 3422. You're gonna have to correct me on that one. Galaxy 11243, Efank 78, and I think it's Andrea Stewart 8871. Thank you guys so much for being channel members. I didn't realize this many of you wanted early access to this content, and I didn't realize you guys enjoyed this content this much. It is incredibly overwhelming, the amount of support I've been getting on these. Thank you guys so much. And I'll see you all in the next video.